Let's take a listen. The song does stop there. It does, I must have missed it. Look at the lyric sheet, top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. Whoops. This is evidence indeed. I believe we're guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamouret's ballad. If that's true, no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter. Which means Darren Crescend could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Fascinating. I don't believe I ever seen a tile turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. What's that, Prosecutor? Her forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it's entirely based upon Lamouret's testimony. Yes. Is there a problem with that? It's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. But if she's lying to protect the defendant? Objection! You have no proof. All I'm saying is the truth is yet unclear, until we hear directly from the man himself. The man? You don't mean... Yeah. For he's a friend and band member. Darren Crescend must take the stand. I see no other way. As someone with a new perspective on the case? As a suspect, to be frank. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him. Darren Crescent, get ready for justice. This is as good as time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin. I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are. Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess. Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamouret's performance? The reason why she was in the air vent and the switch to the flaming guitar, when you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. Ah, Daddy! Mr. Wright, you believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought I'd make a cooler entrance and say, hiya. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like undercover? Like Mr. Latus, only shorter and not well dressed. Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? One thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Matthew to buy off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darren Crescend. It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption, namely our Diva Divine's telling the truth. What about all the proof? The brooch, the switch? A piece of jewellery and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar too. Or because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like a buttering frying pan, leaving behind the faintly signed scent of failure. So what do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware it'll be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Skye? Emma? Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found a little device thingy! Right, this. Well, finally, some evidence makes sense. That's all from me, I suppose. So, you think this is some kind of firecracker? Yeah, or one of those noisemakers like you shoot off at New Year's. You know that in China they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? So, it's the same kind of thing. Really? I've no idea. Well, did you know this? Did you know this? It takes more than 500 peanuts to make 1 ounce jar of peanut butter. At least my useless fact has something to do with the evidence. See you after the verdict? Maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find Darren Crescend's igniter and set it off. And he walked out the door, just like a magician. Normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess you just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. Court is back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescend? He's in the Witness Lounge, ready to be called any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. He, Dan, was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know, her forehead. Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darren Crescend. Name and occupation, please. Darren Crescend, Detective Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the Internal Affairs Division for those who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Governors. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances in which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honour. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Darren, and don't call me partner. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darren. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honour, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamonier's testimony, if in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. Diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up the story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots, as if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear the gunshots during the first set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. You claim Lamonier's testimony was a lie. Hey, don't get me wrong, I think what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. She's got the court-eating vague statements out her hand just because she's blind. You'll go too far, Darren. Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable witness. Won't listen to the detective. Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. Didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this without Lamar's testimony alone. I have to find some other way to prove that the shooting took place.
Hold it!
You don't have any proof she was lying. Yeah, kid, you saying I lied? No, I'm just saying, Apollo, glare back at him! I couldn't help it, I flinched by reflex. Detective Crescend. Yeah, what do you want? Nothing. Apollo, chin up, back straight, you're wilting! This guy's hard as nails. Makes Wocky look downright cooperative. There's no way the diva remembers my voice. You never talked to her even though you're playing the same concert? Not a word as far as I can recall. But weren't there planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Dan wasn't involved at any of the meetings with her. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Lamonier's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him, I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof.
Hold it!
We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. Yeah, there was a mistake, but blaming it on gunshots is a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song, a miscue. So, she just flogged it. That's all. She spins a story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover her own goof. I have to hand it to her. if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darren, that's what you say. Lamoya is an artist. She just flubbed it. That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. She's got to you, alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff's so pretentious, way over my head. Undertaking a rift in the governor's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You asked me, I'd go and take the Sky story at the drop of a pick.
Hold it!
Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots? Yes, we heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. I guess you and Lamoureux got the same excuse then. We know one thing's for certain here. There are gunshot-like sounds that emanated from the room during the third set. What he must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. Man, she heard them too. Remember when he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them? So how do we figure out what those gunshots were doing in the third set were? I think that's pretty obvious.
Objection!
Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these segments. They had a report that it was something like a firecracker. How'd Gavin know about this? What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision's this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered down as a witness in today's trial, just in case. This raises another possibility. The gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. You got an active imagination, don't you? You shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me. How so? So you're saying the firecrackers just happened to go off right when two witnesses came walking by? Ha! That's right. Darren was out on stage where it happened, Apollo. How did he know someone was backstage right then? If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear... you get my drift. Why go through the trouble, man? How do I explain this? It may not look it, but Darren is a kitted detective, so any weakness he's sure to find it. May not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me, I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself, and I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? A headset. The kind of the band members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to the dressing room. What if the headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in the hallway, even if you were out on stage. Tuh. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darren. There's no sides in court of law. It is I now turn to your forehead. I have a question for you. For me? The igniter on the burnt fragments found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility there are part of rules to fix the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you can fabricate an alibi. But there's still no cost to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake, we can't say. You raise the possibility the gunshots heard during the sets are faked. Now you need to prove the other halves of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while a little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed. If you can't prove that, then continuing the cross-examination will be pointless. Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think. You better know, Paul, otherwise we're through. It can be proven. You'll make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony if you would. Oh, this isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast. You ready, kid? 'Cause I am.
Hold it!
But the gunshots heard during the third set could have been... What? Some kind of setup? I've heard that one before. We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove the shooting took place during the second set. Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears. Maybe the gunshots are the key after all. What do you mean? Well, Lemuria said she heard them, right? In the middle of her illusion. That's when she was above the ceiling. When she forgot the words of the song, yeah? If you can prove the gun was shot right when she missed those lyrics, we're home free, I think. Not easy, but true. Is there some way to prove that? Are you supposed to be cross-examining me? Try to refrain from private discussion during cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honour. Sorry. Let me take a quick look through the court record. He's pretty eager to pick Lemuria as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. This is tough. What do we do? I've got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did.
Objection!
It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lemuria's song. Her song? What exactly is this device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just use this. And don't get me started on gramophone. This device is used to record the performance part by part. Part? You move the stylus to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately. Lemuria's voice included. Oh, but what does this prove? According to Maria's testimony, Granville, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at the moment, yeah? We might even hear the gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Dan? We're all there into headsets. Oh. We're all deeply involved in our performance. But our headsets would have picked up what she was here all the same.
Let's get to analysing that recording. Right now.
Maria stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot, now find the gunshots.
Take that!
Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Maria's vocals.
I did hear something faintly there, yes. It sounded like a gunshot.
What? This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots are heard during the second set. This means Maria's testimony was true.
Order! So she was telling the truth about what she heard?
Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught fire. Detective Cassand, you weren't on the stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from the weapon?
La Maria was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must have not been able to close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again and Mr. Latrobe's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescend? Once again, I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day.
Your performance?
Since the mixing board tugged my memory. You're there too, her forehead. I thought it was strange at the time. How can you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well,
You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latour's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback's enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean his plane was affected because he hurt himself shooting the revolver? Ha! You're forgetting something.
Yes, Detective Crescend?
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard firearm issued to the police is 38 caliber weapon, a much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latoux. It suggests there's a struggle between the killer and the victim.
So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yeah.
Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescend!
What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. You, attorney. Me? Exactly what piece of evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can mark me a little weak piece of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
The witness has a point. The defence's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescend. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it.
Come on, why don't you even want to kill the manager?
Wrong voice. Why do you even want to kill the manager? You want a reason? Easy. I've got no motive, man. This was the Diva's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know the manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latus has not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes, not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Oh, great. Now I need to find a motive.
Hold it!
Her manager, sure, but Mr. Latus was... Oh, right, sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing the big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? Not a very good one, seeing how he got wasted. That's cold, dog. Not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was.
Hold it!
But that's the same for Matchy. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he travelled around the world with the old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive on his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it.
Hold it!
Dara, you're a detective of international affairs? Yeah, what of it? Even if it was Mr. Latus's first trip to the country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs?
That's right. Well, Detective Crescend.
That's your game, is it? Guess I better confess then.
Confess?
Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas.
What?
But you're international. See? Me and Plain's got a bit of a difference of opinion. We don't like each other very much. My condolences, Sir Forehead, but he's turning to 12. He never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well.
That's so unfair. How can I possibly know her manager?
Hold it!
So you didn't fraternise with him at all during the concert?
Fraternise? I didn't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone wanted to talk to the old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see...
Hold it!
You sure about that? What? What? Wipe the look off your face before I do. Listen, you try and throw in one of your wild accusations, I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what. Forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do as a talking, yeah? Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So he's using this motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. There we go. Bloody overthought it again. Your Honour, have a look at this.
What's this? Looks like candy.
It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescend, ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one of that colour.
It's a variety only found in the Republic of Bulgaria. Nowhere else.
Alright. What's a cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for the killing Mr. Latos, does it?
It does. Wait, I think it does. You don't sound confident, man.
A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind you can make, well, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative for what?
Apparently, it's the most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. The only medicine of its kind. However, it's illegal to take one of these healing cocoons outside of Bulgaria.
Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
That's what I've been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, it would easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out to the black market. It caused quite a commotion for the global community. Though the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol. Right. The victim, Romain Lettuce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescend, you was... Fucking Romain Lettuce. Detective Crescend, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but that's misleading. Romain Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager, he was killed as an undercover agent.
So I was trying to smuggle the gunball into the country? That's what you're trying to say?
I'm saying it could well be a motive for murder.
So I was going to sell it on the black market, make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous! Totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say?
Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoons business.
International Affairs was a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in International Affairs, I know the deal.
Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latus undercover.
You kids think up the craziest things. No way I'm going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organisation would be risky.
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. If he was up to something, I'm going to find out what. That memo, that's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now.
You had to know about the cocoons to plan this. Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I've never heard of them.
Well, La Maria knew about them, though not their use. My plot indicates there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know they're illegal to export them, that's all.
Then I've nothing to be embarrassed about after all.
You could say people like me know about them are in a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in international affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol too, for that matter, yeah.
Hold it!
So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Letus, all over the world likely, deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons were too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that can't sell on the black market, it's too dangerous. Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or if another marketeer thinks you're part of the sting, he'll take you out himself. Times have changed.
Hold it!
But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we should get them to cut his hair too. Who's on trial here again? Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing. Don't even try and mess with me about this stuff. I'm in international affairs, I know the deal.
Hold it!
Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to... Oh. Down, Darren, it's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the cases of cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, the Bulgarian customs, they're all watching. See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that love every word the diva says. Why I order what? You want some of this? Haha, chill both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Oh, screw cool. I want this guy's head on a stick. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to.
Objection!
What? Choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my ass goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article is about the Chief Justice.
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but it can also be a cure. And not a cure for just any disease, a cure for incuritis.
Incuritis? I've heard that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning.
Ah! That's the disease the Chief Justice's son has! You aren't saying...
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
Are you saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband?
Not even to save his own son's life.
But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal!
That's Detective Crescen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on his... If word ever got out, the one with the neck on his line would be Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent, is this true?
First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you going to try and pin on me anyway?
This tastes what it is to think about. If Chief Justice were the buyer, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller.
Don't let sleeves over there trick you. I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well... Oh yeah, you're forgetting the other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only one out there watching this. Bulgarian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about the cocoons getting out.
So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination.